In the village of Olowo, in the heart of western Nigeria, there lived a crafty old tortoise called Ajapa, who was 100 years old. He had a small head with round beady eyes. He wore a big brown smooth shell around his body, and he never went anywhere without it. He also wore a shokoto over his short legs and a fila on his head. They were both made out of very fine ashoke material. He lived in a big earthy hut with his wife of many years. Her name was Yoribu. Ajapa was a general busybody who always sniffed around to find out what was going on. Nothing happened in the village that went unnoticed by him. One day, Ajapa and Yoribu went to the market to buy some tomatoes, onions, and other ingredients for the egusi stew that Ajapa loved so much. He liked to eat his egusi with a massive helping of pounded yam. As they got closer to the market, they noticed a large flock of birds hovering above the tall iroko tree. The birds were whistling merrily, and some were flapping their wings in excitement. Ajapa walked faster, as fast as his heavy shell would let him.
I must go and find out what's happening,
he said to Yoribo as he swaggered away. He spotted Ayekoto, the parrot, perched on one of the branches of the tree and called out to him.
Ayekoto, come down. I want to have a quick word in your ear.
Ayekoto was the greatest gossip in the village. He couldn't keep a secret to save his own life, but always repeated everything he heard or saw.
I see birds have arrived in the village from all over the world, and they are all very excited. What is going on?
Ajapa asked nosily.
I'm not sure I can tell you.
Ayekoto muttered, looking around warily.
Oh, go on,
Ajapa urged. When he saw that Ayekoto was still a little reluctant, he reached into his shell and brought out some juicy mangoes, which he knew Ayekoto loved to eat. Ayekoto's round eyes almost popped out when he saw the mangoes. They were the biggest, juiciest mangoes he had ever laid his eyes on.
I'll let you have them if you tell me what's going on,
said Ajapa mischievously. Ayekoto couldn't resist the temptation, and his tongue started to hang out of his beak.
You see, all the birds have been invited to a massive feast in heaven tomorrow, and they are talking about the plans for the journey, yes.
Wow, a big feast in heaven. That's splendid. I've always wanted to eat heavenly food. I've heard that the food there tastes delicious,
Ajapa said with great excitement.
No!
Protested Ayekoto.
You can't come along. I said only the birds were invited.
Ajapa thought to himself for a minute. He was a very clever creature, and an idea which would persuade the birds to take him with them soon floated into his crafty mind.
Have any of you ever been to heaven?
He asked.
No,
replied Ayekoto.
Well,
continued Ajapa,
you see, heaven is very far away, way beyond the clouds. Since